Cool. Hello, hi everybody. Thank you for waiting. Cool. Right, I think we can start now. So, welcome everybody. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Thank you so much for being here today. Now it's our June community call. So this particular month is very interesting because we'll be looking at specifically how communities actually um, care, restore, and connect with each other. I know that a lot of us are doing things that are related to the environment, but I also realize that a lot of people, or a lot of us here, actually are working with communities, engaging with communities, and activating networks in our local areas. So I'm really, really interested to actually listen from two of our speakers today, who would bring us like some local context on what they're doing right now on the ground. But before that, we also have another session with Diego here from GainForest. So Diego will talk more about the impact evaluation using DeepGov, which has been used during the Gitcoin Grants 23. This is our very first time to actually try it out. So I think we can get a little bit of background of like how it actually worked, and also like the technicalities behind it a little bit, if Diego can share with us today. So I think first of all we can start with Diego. Sorry again before that, I forgot. Give me a second. Trying to change my slide here. Okay, it's okay. I think we can just start with Diego. Diego, you have your own slide deck, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Right. Okay, cool. I'll pass it to you then.
All right. Let me just put this on. So, hopefully my slides are on. Are
Yes.
they? Great.
Yes, I can see
Yes.
it.
Awesome.
Maybe you can make
And
it big.
yeah,
Yeah,
slides
right.
awesome. Cool. So, well, thanks a lot for everyone for coming, for joining. So this is deep governance. Um, and this is digital democracy with configurable AI politicians. And we're very, very excited for this project. So let me talk about. And if you guys have any question, please let me know. I'm not watching the screen, so yeah, just please interrupt me. So the main idea of DeepGov is the difficulty of gathering information and making sense of it, since we have around the 2010s, we have a very big information explosion. So right now, it's very hard for us to have something in mind and make sense of what people think about that, and then yeah, just take decisions on this, because we have a wide range of different opinions. We have a lot of information out there in the internet, or even if we want to uh, it's a specific mean of information recovery, it gets hard to analyze that huge amount of information. So a lot of this was also inspired by Audrey Tang's work on Talk to the City, for instance. She's Taiwan's first digital minister, so it's very cool work, and a lot of our work is also based on that. Um, Also about one idea from Vitalik, which is the AI as the engine and humans as the steering wheel. So this is all AI based as well, and the idea here was how do we leverage on AI to make decisions, and not allowing AI to get humans out of the equation. So we mean the steering wheel by the human decision. Yeah, we mean humans having the steering wheel by having the hands on the wheel and making the decisions, and we allow computers to do the best stuff they can do, which is to handle huge amounts of information. So essentially, we make decisions in collaboration with different AIs, and this is the whole idea. We made one experiment in GG23, and the phase one was broad listening using, as I mentioned, tools like Talk to the City and Polis. We wanted to discover different opinions, different value groups, and through those different opinions, we created three configurable. We created three AI politicians, which were Grant, Luna, and the Panda. So the manifesto was co-designed. So the model specs were co-designed. And by model spec we mean the way the AI answered. So essentially, they had three different ways to answer based on the human opinion and values, but they were also editable. So if someone wanted to add a new politician, or if someone wasn't very agreeing on one of the politician's specs, that this could be changed. So phase four was phase three, sorry, was an election. So we had a digital political campaign. You could talk to these AI politicians. I'm gonna explain a little bit further. And then we wanted to get some feedback and accountability of decisions. So we wanted at all times humans that are in the loop to be responsible of what we have built. So first step, so phase one, what was explained in the diagram, was broad listening. So we wanted to ask how to fund public goods in this specific in this specific example. We have run some other interesting examples, but this specific one was how to fund public goods. So how decisions in funding should be made. And one very interesting part is that we also analyzed every application using AI as well. So phase two was creating these politicians, the Panda, the Regenerator, then Luna, and Grant. So they were very cool, and you could chat with them. So this is essentially how you could. We used AI to grade these different applications. So we have right here we have GainForest application, 8.5 out of 10 by each one. So this is just one example, but they could have different grades by the different models. So it has a short summary and then some strengths, weaknesses, and recommendations. So this helps a lot because otherwise we should have like a specific human expert to grade this as well. So this is not replacing humans, but it's still very helpful. And here we have the final scores for different projects, and the way we weighted and scored each application. So you could see not only the score, but why the model scored that way. So we have like the raw scores right here, and in the previous slide, we could have like the reason why we got these grades and the reason why the final score was assigned. Uh, this is what I mean by the model spec being co-created. So we could co-create with pull requests on GitHub. You could also write comments on GitHub issues, like concerns, stuff you weren't agreeing on. If you were happy enough with the comments, then well, that's great, and with the changes, then it would be awesome. If not, you could always fork it and write new model specs and put your own model on the race. And the feedback loop. So in the end, how everything how everything um, worked at the very end, and how we could improve. So this is one of the model specs, the manifestos. Uh, so you had the constitutional principles of Luna, then its core values, its maximization principles, long-term systematic approach, and a bunch of other details that were important for the model to assign weights in a specific way. Yeah, is there a question?
Yeah, man. Yeah, for me,
Yeah,
Diego.
yeah.
Those principles they were created for by AI also, or did you create the principles also, or how was the process creating those to define those principles?
Yeah, so we got the principles from they were human made, and they were a product of the broad listening we made in the very first phase. Yeah.
Okay, okay, got it. And this broad listing, it was done in which environment? I don't know. It was in a meeting from the UN. It was in the forum from Cello.
Uh,
What was the
it,
environment?
yeah, it was the GG23 community.
Oh, okay,
So
got it.
yeah,
Perfect.
we launched both Polis and Talk to the City as well.
Awesome, awesome, man. Thanks.
Yeah. This is the way the Telegram bots worked. So you essentially just wrote natural language messages. You could see how they behaved. So if so at some point, reading the manifest on GitHub is kind of it gets on a barrier because you have to be sort of you have to have some information about how how Git, GitHub works. So another way was to just talk to them on Telegram, and you could ask them like how they allocate capital, how they behaved, why they could grade in a specific way. So these were very helpful, and they were very interesting because afterwards we could also analyze the how people interacted with the bots. These are the GG23 results. So these are the voting. So at the very end, Panda won with 43 votes in total. And yeah, so this is how it behaved since it began. Like this is time, and this is how the percentage of the support, and it was a very close race at the very end. Um, this is the topics, the chat topics that were more uh, that they were more asked by people. So we have like how they like the project and the proposal, how they worked, how they allocated resources, yeah, governance, community. So essentially, they wanted to know how they worked, but also they wanted to know what they did, but also how they worked. So that was very interesting. Um, sorry. Uh, and this is very interesting. This is like how this one specific case they started. This is how it started. You know, had the election. Then they asked. They didn't have like the person didn't have like that much agreement. Then they had more questions, and they through time and with more messages, the user started to agree with one specific with the idea of DeepGov and with one specific uh, politician as well. Uh, so this is the how we had feedback and interaction. So uh, the user is asking essentially here, like you talk about maximizing impact and benefiting millions as part of the core principles. But a capitalist is about maximizing returns, and that's it's not is that not the case? Your case then? So in the capitalist frameworks is not about maximizing returns. It's about like fattening wallets or chasing profit like Wall Street houses. Instead, it's more about maximizing returns on investment in public goods. So that's essentially how Luna, like defends it herself on and explains more about the like its core uh, its core principles. This is the very end, like how the all the scores were made in the different projects. So Luna has. Sorry, I just lost my slides. Uh, let's see. Yeah. So this is the agentic reviews. So how they were scoring the different applications. This could be, of course, reproduced on maybe the applications of EcoSorts. We could analyze with this system the different applications and try to grade all the projects. I mean, it hasn't happened. It's something like that just could be done. So it's very interesting. And the allocation percentage by ranking, like how much percentage of the whole money of the whole allocation, which in this case was 50K, where was yeah, was given in the different project rankings. So do you have any questions? Was I clear enough?
Right. Thank you, Diego. Anyone has any questions? Maybe we can spare like around 2 minutes. If you have any questions for Diego regarding DeepGov. So Diego, they can also check what these AI personas think about their project on GG23, right?
Yeah, we're in deepgov.org. So let me just write that down. There's a lot of the work, and you can still chat with Luna and with different agents. So if you want to try them out.
Right. Okay. Cool, cool. Thank you so much, Diego, for that presentation and also explanation. If you have any questions regarding DeepGov, feel free to put it on the chat box. I think while Diego is still here, we can still go through it even after this. So thank you so much. If there's no any verbal question for now, I think we can move to our next speaker. So this is going to be our peer sharing session, and today we have two. We have Maxim from Eco Village Network and also Ethan from Project Moxa. So I think we can start with Ethan first. Ethan, are you there? Ethan. Right. I think it's okay. I think we can start with Maxim then. Cool. Maxim, to you. I think you have your own slide deck, right?
Hello everybody. I'm looking for my yeah. One moment.
Yes, of
One
course.
moment. Yeah, I see it. Okay, and looking for start. One moment. How to do that? Ah, okay. Make a slideshow. Oh, this one. Yeah,
Nice. We can see it now.
yeah. I see. Yeah, cool. Well. Well, I present our Eco-Village network. I am from Ukraine, and I am one of coordinator of our network. And now, one moment. Oh, yeah, navigation. Yeah, and now we are in a very specific situation because we have a war, and a lot of our activities is to be more resilient and to survive, to help to survive our people. But one of the way is how to move from traditional eco villages to more technological, more regenerative villages. It's our way, and we start this year very active working with crypto grants and regenerative finance models and different platforms. And it's our mission and vision in the next maybe 2 5 years, have to be more technological to survive in our situation. It's our Eco-Village network map. We have about 55 locations, and we're working a lot with partnership with Gen network. It's global Eco-Village network in Europe. And our experience now, it's very specific experience for eco villages, because now we have not a lot of people because we have some problem with migration, and we lost 70% of people in eco villages, and 12 of eco villages was occupied in the war, and it's a map of the front line. You see that, and you see it's very massive attack, a lot of crisis uh, in our villages, and we work a lot with refugees. Yeah, and not only war, we have a climate crisis, and it's our experience have to work with deforestation, desertation, and climate challenges. And now we say that collapse and chaos is our brands. because every time we working with challenges, ecological and regeneration of the land after bombing and renovation and working with refugees, migration, a lot of different challenges. Yeah. And we work a lot with permaculture association and universities for regeneration of the land. We make a lot of different activities in land-based solution and reforestation and problem with blackouts. We make solar station and different activities with energy, water, and food and migration and blackout, everything. Yeah, and when we start to speak about crypto grants, our first activities was how to give more hope for our people, and we make a little startup with info stands, and we create reserved protected territories and make info stand with our activities in eco villages with info stand. It was our first little steps how to work, start to work with crypto grants. We work with water solution and sometimes after bombing we use this territory to regenerate the land and recover ecosystem. Yeah, our solution is if you know about OASA, it's a manifest of regenerative villages. When we looking for degraded land and recover this land, and it's our experience how we recover the land after 20 years, or we make some oasis, and it's our village experience. We use a calf and grazing territory to recover the land after farmers. This is our experience. We use biochar and permaculture technologies to recover the land after bombing. It's our technologies of modular forest garden, how we do that in the place when was bombing territory. Now we start working not only with traditional crowdfunding platform, it's our local platform, but we start working with grassroots economies, Safari network with vouchers, crypto vouchers, to make some activities in our villages with voucher and full commitment in crypto, and it's our way how we integrate to Web3 our communities. It's our activity. Now we have big problem with mobilization and people not we doesn't make big events, but sometimes we gathering, and it's our national meeting last year. It was very important because we make some council. We using sociocratic model to make a horizontal model of circles and study how we can use maybe crypto instrument to working with council because sometimes it's not so simple to gather people and making meeting offline, and we work a lot of online. Every week we have Zooms with all activists from our village network. And for us, it's big question how to moderate our network with big distance and crisis of mobilization. Yeah, it's big challenge for us now, and it's our common spaces. We are making 20 common spaces in our villages for continue to work with people and study, making a lot of trainings, activities for community building, and now it's idea how to study and integrate in crypto platforms. Our people make trainings maybe in these common spaces. It's my dream to do that in this season. I hope I can do that. Yes, we do a lot of innovation, and now we start working with solarpunk nomads, and they help us a lot to make some workshops, and we start to work with electric bicycle. We take some truck with bicycles from Denmark and Holland, and they give us bicycle, and we make electric bicycle. And this gadget is power bank for internet, because sometimes we have blackouts, and internet it's very important to be in connect with people in long distance in our network. This is our power water system. We have problem with the deforestation, and now it's idea to make our common spaces as a eco station and climate center solution to study people how to save water and use alternative energy and permaculture solution, and it's our way. And it was activity for GainForest in this spring. 11 location we planting a lot of trees, and it was big clay for our communities, because a lot of people like to growing trees, and it's about hope, and it's about future for us. And I think we continue to do that in autumn in partnership with GainForest, maybe. Yeah. Yes, this is our activities in Taplagora, and it's about our new vision how to we can survive in apocalypse, maybe in the war, how we can continue to work and give a hope for the people in rural territories, and grow our villages. Yeah. It's our link. You can scan or study or monitoring, follow us in different channels. I work with Twitter and LinkedIn, and make reports what we do time by time. Yeah. And that's all. It's our story. If you have some question.
Yes, thank you so much, Maxim. It was a really, really great presentation and also like an opportunity for all of us to understand more what you do. So thank you so much. Does anybody have any questions? I think we can open for a few questions. Yes, Gabriel.
Hi, Maxim. Thanks for the presentation, man. Quick question. I was curious. What are warm beds that
No.
you showed that you construct on where the projectiles reach this land, and then you construct something called warm beds?
Yeah. It's permaculture terminology. Uh, it's when you use compost temperature inside, make it warm, and it's warm, but yeah, you make a lace, and underground you put biochar, and after compost, and after mulching it
Uh-huh.
by grass, and it make a temperature, and after growing a lot of micro bacteria, yes, and
Mm-hmm.
you grow new soil, and this soil is very productive.
Oh,
You understand? Yeah,
okay. Now I got it. Perfect. Awesome, man. Awesome. Thanks for introducing me to this.
yeah.
Right. Thank you, Gabriel. Thank you, Maxim. Anyone else
Yeah.
have any questions? If not, I have one question regarding the network and the communities who are part of this. What do they think of the Web3 and crypto funding, and how was their like acceptance to this form of funding, which might be a bit different than traditional funding?
One moment. I read as translating. Mm,
I can also repeat. Yes. Do you need me to repeat?
yeah. Yeah. I understand the question. Sorry.
Right. Right.
Yeah, it's a big question for us because traditional eco-villages are not using crypto. I work in crypto before, and mm, I meet a lot of people who start to work as crypto villages, and using a lot of crypto instrument for generating the land. And I see for us it's a big future, because now we start to work with crypto platform for land regeneration, and for monitoring of biodiversity, and making crypto carbon credits for our location. And I see the future for our reserved territories. We start to work with open forest protocol, and with regen network platform, and they help us to make monitoring. Now we start with our working with our biologists who can make this monitoring of biodiversity in our territories, and protect these territories, and make carbon credits economics. And I see that it's one of the way of for the future. And some people do it faster, but some not so fast use crypto. But I make a chat and make Zooms, and I understand that it's a step-by-step educational program to promote this new crypto economics and crypto vision for integrate our villages, because I see that it's a future for our surviving and and development of our villages. Yeah. Mm, we working with traditional grants. We have experience of 7 years working with different foundation in traditional grants, and now this year we active working with crypto grants, and we take big octant round, and people understanding that it can work for us. And I think that this year we make a lot of steps to integrate into Web3. Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much, Maxim. Anyone else have any question? What page are you talking about when you say crypto blog? Maxim, do you have an answer for this?
1 moment.
Yeah.
In chat, yeah, it's question.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
1 moment. Page talking on use crypto blog. Yeah, I write some articles in Medium, but in Ukrainian. But you can translate. I think that I give you a link. 1 moment. I recommend for you if you want to read more for regenerative villages in English. It's Nicole Rees. Nicole Rees has a blog. I sent Trinity's in Substack. 1 moment. I give a link. This one. She, for me, she's an expert of regenerative villages, and she write a lot about that, how to integrate traditional villages to regenerative villages, and it's very very interesting for me because in Europe I meet a lot of traditional eco villages, and it's as a hippie villages, old school villages, yes, and I understand that it's not his experience. It's not enough to survive in our situation, and we should to move some to make some modernization. And I see regenerative village as a future for villages, for alternative communities. I see big perspective in that, but I think that it's in mixed and big partnership because old school villages have big experience of community building and networking, and I think that we can mix it, all of them, and be in partnership. Now we start to work with climate network in Ukraine, ecostation network, and biologist network. And this networking for us, it's a way for surviving. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Maxim. So I think
Yeah.
we can move to Ethan. But if anyone else have any questions to Maxim, maybe Maxim, you can put your email or any contact details in the chat box. Cool. Thank you so much, Maxim. Next, Ethan, are you there? Are you able to speak?
Hello, can
Yes.
you listen me?
Yes, I can hear you very well.
Oh, nice. I will share my screen. One
Yes.
moment, please.
Okay.
Let me see when it's ready. It's ready, right?
Yes. Now we can see it.
Oh, where's the... Let me see what... Okay, this is better. Okay, hello. Good
Yes.
day to all of you. My name is Ithan Solano, and I'm part of Project MOJA as a liaison, an environmental initiative led by MOJA AC in Mexico City. I'm honored to share with you our ongoing efforts to restore one of the most unique ecosystems in the world, the wetlands of Xochimilco, and to protect its most emblematic species, the axolotl. Um, what are we protecting? The axolotl is a critical endangered amphibian endemic to the Xochimilco wetlands, a Ramsar site and a cultural and ecological treasure of Mexico. This extraordinary species is known for the capacity to regenerate limbs, organs, and even parts of the brain and heart. It's not just a biological wonder, it's a symbol of the region and environmental health. But over the years, the wetland bueno, has suffered degradation due to these problems: water pollution, the discharge of untreated or poorly treated wastewater, runoff of agrochemicals from surrounding agriculture areas, and of course, urban pressure over extraction of the groundwater from Mexico City, the canal desiccation and water diversion reduce habitat availability, and another, there's um, climatic change and rising temperatures and invasive species like tilapia and carp that the old government of Mexico City introduced to this area to try to improve, but that was a good choice. So this project, um, the project vision is the goal to rehabilitate a 3-hectare lagoon known as a Laguna MOJA to become the largest natural sanctuary for axolotl in the region. This space will not only serve as refuge for the species, but also a living classroom from environmental education, cultural memory, and biodiversity protection. We can see the territory that we are currently working and what type of working we are doing. There's their place called Chinampas. Um, yeah, the main actions of the ground, the works include restoring the access canals and the lagoon, reintroducing a native aquatic and riparian plants, building sustainable infrastructure, rainwater harvesting systems, volunteer and species care facilities, installing floating enclosures to protect axolotl colonies from invasive fish, monitoring water quality to ensure a suitable conditions for survival and reproduction, also engaging volunteers in reforestation, cleanup, and educational activities. In the in the photographies, we can see the part of monitoring water quality, also the laboratory uh, work, more proofs of the impact of the teamwork. There's the little axolotl also taking the proofs of the territory that now are changing, and also we can see the community at the core. Um, in this part, one of the most powerful aspects of this project is the community engagement. Volunteering students, local residents contribute not just with their labor, but with their knowledge, care, and long-term stewardship. Through workshops, field activities, and environmental education, we're fostering a new generation of caretakers of the wetlands and reconnecting people with the essential ecosystems. An activity highlighting it's a multidisciplinary university volunteer program from the habitat restoration of the axolotl. As part of the reference efforts led by Project MOJA, a collaborative volunteer activity was organized involving the coordination of C 60 university students from diverse academic disciplines with the aim of rehabilitating critical aquatic habitat from the reintroduction of the axolotl in the wetlands of Xochimilco. There's a picture of the volunteering with the 60 students. The initiative was carried out through the joint collaboration between MOJA and the International Association of Students in Agriculture and Related Sciences. The volunteer program uh, exemplified the power of the collective action and youth engagement in conservation. And of course, there's not the only example. Uh, the calls for action were extended to the general public through social media platforms, inviting to residents of Mexico City, youth groups, and environmental enthusiasts to join to the restoration work. Um, the special attention was given to working with the Chinampa farmers, producers of Xochimilco, who were invited to adopt low-impact chemical-free practices, reducing agrochemical runoff into the water system. Also, the project fostered a space to dialogue between scientists, students, farmers, and citizens, reinforcing the idea that the conservation must be rooted in collective and local knowledge. Um, yep, that's it from me. And there's the official Instagram, Moya ONG, and this is the principal page and the contact. And I will share to you uh, fast, quick to see the page. And also, I would like to say thank you for the opportunity. And yeah, this is all from my part. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ethan. That was like super, super interesting.
So,
I think from parts of the world, we don't have that kind of ecosystem. So it's really also interesting to see. So anyone has any questions to Ethan while Ethan's here? Maybe I have one regarding like activating communities again. Like you mentioned about the how you use social media to actually get volunteers and people to be interested with the project. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
yeah, sure. Let me share screen again. Usually, the Moja project invites to the community in Facebook and in Instagram, sharing with a lot of more ONGs to contribute with volunteers and also with if you are a common person and you see the invitation of the project to do as a volunteering. It's pretty interesting that it's a little part of where they can get more engagement from the people. And there's pretty nice that they have a good acceptation, and also a lot of people of Mexico City are not worried about the natural resources, because if we don't got a good program of conservation and restoring environment, there's a big problem to the future. That's why they got like this type of contributions. Um, yep. Now I would like to say sorry for my English.
No, no,
I'm
no.
still practicing, and
Okay.
I'm a student from an university. And yep, I'm helping and supporting this project. But unfortunately, the owner and the main leaders there's can uh, join to this meeting. But yeah, this
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We understand you clearly, so thank you so much for sharing. Maybe I have another one last question, which is, do you think that the strategy of using social media kind of like attract more young people, or do you think it kind of like attract people from different age range as well?
I think it's attracting mostly young people because we are using um, the social media more than the old people. But I think it's a good opportunity to everyone because the volunteers usually got like a good range of ages. For example, like 20 to 60, or even like very, very young people, like kids. Yeah, I think it's a very good opportunity to take care about our resources. And yep, the environment education is it's essential to go this impact and make the change.
Right. Thank you so much, Ethan. I personally learned a lot, and I'm pretty sure it's the same for the others as well. So I guess before we end, does anybody have any specific questions for Ethan regarding the project, the ecosystem, or the people that they work with? No? Okay, cool. I think if there's nothing else, I'd just like to say thank you so much for being here. And I learned a lot. If the next session, if you like, or if you're interested to actually, share about the work that you're doing on the ground, which I think this is like a really, really interesting global community that we have here. So I'm really, really interested to learn from all of you. So if you're interested to give a presentation for the next one, feel free to reach out to me. But again, thank you so much. This has been really, really super full of information. Yeah, thank you so much, Diego, Maxim, and also Ethan. Cool. There's
Thanks a
nothing.
lot.
Thank you. If there's nothing else, I'll just end the meeting then. Thank you. Bye bye, everybody. Have a nice day.
Bye
Thanks. Bye
bye.
bye, guys.